Hi everyone, I'm Mike and welcome to Outdoor Adventuring Gear. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a product, the SXTL Fire Piston, which I purchased basically for myself to get better at my friction fire starting skills. Now I figured if I broke that process down into two steps, one, getting the coal from the friction, and two, what to do with the coal or ember after I created it. I thought I would start at part two first. I thought that would work better for me. Sometimes my patience is a little shorter than it should be. So I bought this product about a month ago. I've been using it several times to start fires and it's worked really well. There's a small step inside that it's not a con with the product. It's not in the directions where it should be, but it's a little step that I'm going to show on this video that will make a big difference in starting your fires. Now usually when a friction fire is done through several other methods, a coal is made which is produces the heat which starts the fire. On this product, you're basically taking a small piece of char cloth and creating an ember. And what that ember does is, although it can start a fire, it's almost not producing enough heat. And there's one little step that I think should be in there that will help, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But this product works very well. It's very sturdy. Yes, it's more of a teaching tool because it has some weight to it. I'll put the weight right here, and you could carry this backpacking. I think it's more of a teaching tool to get used to things. The company gives you a lot with the product. It comes with a lanyard, tinder, some char cloth, some material to make char cloth, and extra O-rings because this product does use O-rings. And it also comes with a lubricant in the little tiny container it gives you. But that can be substituted if you use it all, believe it or not, with just Vaseline. And one bonus about that is if you put Vaseline in there or any other kind of lubricant in that type of gel, you also have an additional fire starter with you wherever you go, because we all know that if you add that to a cotton ball or anything you add it to will extend your fire longer. So without any ado, let's take a look at it. I'll unbox it, show you exactly what you'll get. So basically this is how the fire piston will come in its box. I've already used it and I've taken the top off, so this is how I'm going to store it for my personal use. And it does hold it very, very well. Sometimes almost too good. But they do give you this very nice case to keep it in. I think it's aluminum. And inside, you have the fire piston itself. Now one side's threaded. Wrong side. One side's threaded. And they put Teflon tape on the threads, as you can see, to keep the seal with an O-ring. Now what I found is if you have this all the way in, you will have a time getting the fire piston in and out when you want to use it or store it. So what I like to do is keep it just a little just that much basically of a gap, and that way it's easy for me to push the fire piston in and pull it out if I need to. Here is the fire piston when you take it out. Mine has been used a little bit, so you can see I still have some of the lubricant on it, but once your hands touch the char cloth it tends to get a little black. I wanted you to see this before I cleaned it up, because be aware it will happen when you take a little bit on your finger and get it around, and after using it a couple times, after putting the char cloth in the tip to get your ember, it does get dirty, because we all know that charcoal, that black, once it touches your fingers, well, it spreads. But that's the piston itself. It comes with some extra cloth. Now I'm thinking this is what they're giving you to make your own char cloth, and I will do that in time and show you how efficient this is with this product they give you without using your own material. But they give you that, which is awfully nice. There's some tinder. Now this will come in a bag. I've used mine, so I like to have it out so I can get to it easily. Here's your instruction manual. Like I was saying, there's lubricating the O-ring. And it's pretty straightforward. I'll tell you the one thing that's missing on here that they should have included a picture with. Here's your small little container of lubricant for the O-rings, and I've already put a little bit extra Vaseline in there, so I have it. But that's turning this into a 2 fire starter with this. Having this on hand, if you couldn't get a fire starter, well, at least you'd have this if you were out in the bush. They give you a nice bright orange lanyard, which I really like. I'm starting to get away from all the black lanyards and black gear, because how many times have all of us put something down, turn around, you could have swore it was right there, and then it's gone, and it takes a little while longer to find it. They give you more than an ample amount enough of O-rings. Now that's nice to have. And they give you they give you 3 sheets of char cloth. I've used one already practicing and starting fires. And that's it. That's everything in the tin. Now I'll go over the basic instructions right now of what they'll show you how to do. And then I'll tell you the one step that they should have included. Now, what you do is you take the piston out. I'm on the threaded end. Threaded end is has the knot that I tend to overlook at a time, but the threaded end will have these cuts in it, which will help separate getting mixed up like I keep doing it when I'm not paying attention. But here's the fire piston. You will pull this out, place a little bit of the lubricant around this O-ring with your fingertip. Then you will take a small piece of the char cloth, about a fingernail size, take it in your fingers, make it into a ball. You will put that ball in the tip, which there's a little cavity of the fire piston, and then you will make sure the fire piston end is sealed. You don't want any air leaking out when you try to slam this in and get the heat built up inside. Now when you do is you'll take this, put this inside, and then you're going to you can use the palm of your hand. If you don't get it after one or 2 tries, I recommend stop using the palm of your hand, because you could bruise it if you don't have outdoor hands. But it works just as well if you take it on a tabletop or a picnic table or anything like that. And what you'll do is you'll take your hands and plunge downward as hard as you can, just like this. I'll do it one time just to show you, like that. And then usually it only takes me 1 or 2 times, and that ember will be lit up. It's not that hard. Now, the step that I don't have in the instructions, which I think they should have had, is that ember that you create is so small. Now, I have started a couple fires from it. What they should have included in the instructions is that you take that ember. What I've done is I've taken a little piece of maybe the size of a nickel of a char cloth and taken this off and have it setting aside. Once I create the ember with the fire piston, I found that once I take that ember and put it inside that small nickel-sized piece of char cloth and slowly fold it and then put it in my tinder, then do the next steps, I had a fire every time, because the little piece of ember will ignite that piece of char cloth and give you more heat, and fires came very easily for me. And trust me, that is the one area I do need a lot of work in, is friction fires. You know, everybody has certain skills in the outdoors that they're good at or need to get better at, and mine is definitely, I'm going to spend the next couple of years really perfecting my fire skills as far as friction fires. But I wanted to learn this part first, is once I get that ember and that coal, I don't want to be rushing and all that hard work is gone and I get frustrated. So that's the way I'm handling. I've mastered this part, mastered not rushing when I've created the ember coal, and then soon I will start working on what friction method I want to use and what friction method works best for me. But that's the way I'm doing it. I would recommend it if God didn't give you a bunch of patience, you didn't get in line twice, I didn't, so it's going to work for me. But that's everything that comes in the tin. It all fits back nice and easily. And whenever, say right now, this will not go back in because of the compression. So I usually just unthread it just a little bit, and then it goes together really easy. And then you can put it in your tin, close it up, and put it back for storage until the next time you want to use it. I'm sorry I didn't have this in shot, guys. I thought I did, but I was going to get a test shot, and it worked better than I thought. And once I had the ember, I wanted to show it to you how easy it was, so even if it wasn't in camera. So there you go. And I wanted to show here exactly what I like to do is once I have the ember in the tinder, I like to let air get to it first. And then once I know air is starting to flow and you start to see more smoke, then of course you just keep blowing away. You can wave it if you want to keep moisture out. And it went very well for me. It went quicker than I thought. I was going to try to actually get it in that hole, but I missed it once it burst into flames. I tried, but it didn't go the way I wanted to. And then that was it. So there you go, guys. That's my first impression of the Fire Piston by SXTL. I've used it about 10 times. It's worked for me perfectly once I mastered it and realized that one step was missing. But I did start a couple of fires with just the ember. But when I put that ember in a little piece of bigger char cloth about the size of a quarter, it became more like a coal, and I was able to catch a fire every time. But the piston itself has been extremely reliable. Works well. It has a little heft. I'm not sure if a lot of people would carry it backpacking. Bushcrafting, yes. Practicing, yes. Backpacking, like a lot of us do sometimes when we're going on longer hikes. The weight, me personally, I would probably carry this from time to time to use it. I'm going to use it a lot more. I might take it out on some trips. Maybe when I go out on a military gear trip, because I have some military gear to make it fun. I bought this just for me to practice my skills, but you're going to get to see me go along this journey, and I'll practice it live on camera as much as I can. Hopefully you see me goofing up and messing up. To know it's not easy every time, but it is very efficient once you learn the concept of it and how easily it is to get your fire going. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. More videos are coming. My next adventure is about to come up. And I have 2 stealth camps I have planned. Just keep an eye out. Thanks. I'll see you guys on the next one.